Hey, what's up, guys? It's Apollo Uchiha here, and I'm back with a new short movie. The name of this short movie is What If Naruto Became the New God of Thunder? And yeah, guys, it is an unscripted movie as well. Minor reference of God of War Ragnarok here and there, but otherwise, yeah, it is a complete unscripted, official, my idea. I do not own God of War or as well as Naruto. Just a little disclaimer there. And yeah, I will be making your idea soon. All of them are quite outrageous, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I will try my best to deliver. Even though I say this a lot, but due to my happiness as well as the recent events, I got my cousin. Well, many things are going on, and I'm still not back at my home yet, so it might take some time. But yeah, until then, please enjoy the short movies. Without any further ado, if you haven't, then please do leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And yeah, enjoy the story. And without any further ado, let's begin with today's story. Our story begins in the Norse mythology realm, in the heart of all the nine realms, the Asgard. As we see, the son of the All-Father Odin, Thor, the mighty god of thunder, was fighting Kratos, the god of war from Greek mythology. As Kratos did not want to have this fight, while Thor had no other choice but to fight for his daughter, for his children, whereas Kratos was fighting and trying to stop this fight for his son. As Thor put his Leviathan axe back on his back. I am not fighting you anymore, Thor. We have to be better. As Thor finally stopped. As then Odin arrived. Why isn't he dead? I'm not fighting, said Thor, turning towards him. What do you mean you're not fighting? I give you order, you obey, you kill. That is the part of the plan, son. How hard is it for you to understand? No, I'm done. You fought your own wars. I see. It has come to this. As Thor was then stabbed straight through the heart by his own father, Odin himself. While Kratos saw that a father killed his own son, he remembered how Zeus killed him using the Mount Olympus blade. So in his fit of rage, Zeus literally teared apart Odin and made him see why he left after destroying the whole Greek mythology, just to be here in peace, which he willingly himself so disrupted. As now we see Odin dead on the ground while Ragnarok was released, and the rest was history. But what happened to Thor's hammer that fell down? Nobody could lift the hammer now, since the weapon existed and was not lost. Kratos picked it up, although it took everything he had to lift it up from the ground, otherwise it wouldn't even budge. As he then said something to Mjolnir. Find your new owner. The one with the purest of heart. The one burning with vengeance shall have my Spartan rage and this weapon. He shall be the new god of lightning and war hero. As he threw hammer with all his might, as it shattered through the nine realms altogether. As we go towards the Shinto pantheon, undetected by them, the weapon has arrived into their pantheon and was still undetected even after hundreds and thousands of years. It crashed down on a planet in which many shinobis resided. It was known as the Elemental Nation planet. As the weapon struck down, due to the constant wars and change of people and time, the weapon was long forgotten, as many trees and everything grew over it. As more time passed and shinobi system has been formed and people with new abilities known as chakra were started to emerge, and sooner or later the elemental nations, well, had a meaning now. There were literally peoples who could bend elements to their own will with this ability known as chakra, and hence it gave birth to new people with mindset of greed, war, and hatred. as 5 villages representing their situations and conditions in which they were well situated in performed. Konoha Gakure, Iwa Gakure, Kumo Gakure, Kiri Gakure, and Tsuna Gakure. The strongest nations, albeit there were some minor nations as well there, but the stronger one were these 5s. As our story continues, 100 years after the formation of this system and the long forgotten of the weapon, as we see an 10-year-old boy into the pummel to the ground as his cheek was burning. He was slapped as a red-haired woman was standing above him as her eyes looked disappointed. That is enough, Naruto. How long are you going to lie? You cannot use chakra, son. I know you're different, but it is not nice to lie about this. I'm not lying. Naruto, said Minato. He also had eyes filled with disappointment. I know, son, that you want to be special as your siblings, but they have... Minato, let me talk. As Minato was cut off by Kushina, you do not have chakra, Naruto, Kushina said straightforwardly. She knew she was going to hurt the boy's feelings, but she had to make the boy realize that it was, well, not going to happen. Due to them being born, his siblings and him all together on 9 October, 10 years ago, and due to the QB being inside of her as well as a resident, which almost, well, attacked the children due to excessive release of violent chakra, Nard has lost the ability to use chakra, as he did not even form chakra coils altogether, making him, in many millennia and centuries, the first normal human child. As he looked down, as Naruto was crying, I hate you all, as Kushina's eyes widened, what she has said, as Naruto ran back to his room, as Mito and Menma then looked at his parents. You could have told him nicely. I know he could have gotten hurt, that is why I told you guys, said Mito. Really, Mito? I can't believe this, as he left to find his sibling. Naruto, open the door please, Menma said. But unknown to him, Naruto has opened his window from the other side, as he dashed outside of the house, in a fit of rage and tears. He just wanted to prove to his parents that he too could be a shinobi like his siblings, so he could be trained as well by them. But they just wouldn't let it happen. It all began when he was 4, as we have a flashback. After the siblings were born, everything was alright. Until he reached the age of 4, when he heard people talking behind his back, that how he was the odd one out, that how he was the stain of the Uzumaki Namikaze family. He shouldn't have been born there. He should not even exist. People's cruel words, well, had a toll on him. And not only that, well, the friends that he made, such as Kiba as well as Neji, always and, well, every time they had spent it together reminded him that he was beneath them because he couldn't use chakra. Heck, he was even lower than civilians. That is what Kiba told him, and Naruto wasn't having any of it. As, well, Menma was finally able to open the door. He saw that Naruto wasn't there and the window was open. Dad? Mom? No, Menma was dashing downstairs as fast as he could. Naruto has ran away. What? What do you mean? Oh, Kushina. As Minato dashed away, looking at his wife with a little bit of anger, as well as, well, worry, as Kushina was worried as well and now guilty, as she too dashed after Naruto. This isn't what she wanted for her son. She just wanted him to understand that he was different and, well, he had to survive in this harsh reality without them, because they weren't going to be there forever. They were shinobis and they did not know when in the line of duty they might die. The same could be said for his siblings, so he had to be prepared through other means, not by fighting. But he wouldn't just listen. But now was not the time for this matter, because their son has just ran away, and they need to track him down and find him. as Naruto, unknown to him or to anyone, has reached as far as the border of the land of fire by now. It was already night time, as Bakun was able to track down Naruto, as Bakun was in front of Naruto. Oi, Brad, stop! As Naruto was kind of surprised by this. He has met Bakun, but rarely, as Naruto fell down as he took a step back onto the tree trunk that he was standing on, but it cracked as he fell down deep into a hole, as Bakun also fell down beneath him, but he hit his head on a rock as he poofed away, while Naruto was left alone there. As Kakashi thought that Bakun was still looking out for Naruto there, so he waited while he searched the other area. As you go towards the Namikaze Uzumaki family, as Minato, Kushina, as Kakashi were there as well. Any luck? You too? Asked Kakashi. No. How about you, Kakashi? Said Minato. No, Sensei. Bakun is out there in that area, up north. If anything comes up, we might find him. As they were talking, Kushina started to cry. I shouldn't have. I know, Kushina. I too was against what you did, but what's done is done. It's all in the past. I just wanted to protect him, Minato. He needs to understand that he's different. He just wanted to make us proud, Kushina, and not worry about him. But he forgets one thing. We are his parents. We are always going to worry. Right? As Kushina looked down and nodded. But everything will be changing now. Once we get him back, we will train him. And once he tires out and sees that there's no point in trying, maybe he'll change his mind. Yeah, I told you we should have done this from the beginning. As they were talking, they heard a huge lightning strike down on one location. Not once, not twice, not even 3 times. It was happening again and again and again. As their eyes fighting, this is not normal, said Kakashi. Lightning can only strike twice or thrice, but this is certainly not normal. We have to check that out. But Naruto, said Kushina, what if he's there? He might be in danger. We have to go there. Now, said Kakashi, as Minato and Kushina followed suit, as the 3 of them made it there. And to their surprise, a figure emerged, holding a hammer, as he was wearing the Asgardian armor as well over his clothes. It was Naruto, as Naruto took off the huge metal helmet. Whoa, what the hell is this? Naruto, how did you got that, son? And what was going on? I don't know. Here, let me take that hammer. Okay, as Naruto then gave the motion of his hand to give away the hammer, as Minato tried to lift it up, but his hands, fell down as the hammer was now landed on the ground with a huge thud as the ground cracked. As Minato was surprised, he tried to put all his force into it, but the hammer wouldn't even budge a centimeter. Minato, are you kidding me? Said Kushina. No, I'm not. It's hard to move. Naruto, is this one of your pranks? No, I never pranked anyone. And see, it's easy as Naruto made his hand forward as the hammer flew right into his hand. See? As all of them were surprised. Okay, Kakashi, can you take Naruto home? Sure thing, Sensei. But what is that thing? I guess I'll tell you later. As after that, Naruto and Kakashi left, while Kushina and Minato followed suit after them. What the hell is that hammer? What do you mean? You couldn't just lift that up? No, I tried with my full force, Kushina. I'm not lying. That hammer did not even budge, and when Naruto put his hand forward, the hammer flew right into his hand, like it was obeying a command. So you think that the hammer is alive or something? I don't know. But that hammer is different. Something special. Maybe Naruto can become a... No, not going to happen. And that weapon? Well, the only thing he's going to use it for is the carpentering. Really? A magical weapon found by him, and you want him to turn into a carpenter? Well, I guess. And so it was decided. Naruto did learn a few basics as well as some moves from his parents, but that were basic forms of taijutsu, and it was only to protect himself. As for his profession, he found wood carving and carving, well, quite nice on his own, and he became a carpenter as decided. He was an apprentice, as his life was moving slow and easy, while his siblings were climbing the ladders of the shinobi standards, becoming ganins, and then moving on by doing some dangerous missions and getting almost killed. And once they returned from the land of waves, the most dangerous mission, Naruto gave them the new holsters as well as new bags that he, after skinning the new leather, crafted for them. He was becoming a nice and fine craftsman, but that hammer still remained there. Naruto, well, in the middle of the night, usually take out the hammer to try to decipher what it was. As you could hear a murmur from within, the one who can lift the hammer will become the new god of thunder and the champion of Spartan rage. He heard a deep voice say over and over again. As in his dream, he saw what happened as he woke up, as he made his hand forward in the middle of the night after calming down his heart that he was panting so hardly, as the hammer flew right at him. As holding the hammer with both hands, he put it against his forehead. I know what you've been through, your previous owner. I saw its dream. Is it really true? Mjolnir. Naruto said the name of the hammer for the first time, as an Uzumaki swirl appeared on the other side of the Mjolnir, engraved on its own. It was a weapon after all, a mythical and legendary weapon. As it was now solidified that Mjolnir was Naruto's, as his own style of armor started to form around Naruto. As when Naruto opened his eyes, he was shocked. As Naruto then said, okay, I guess I'll try this then. As using the weapon's power, he, well, rotated the hammer in full speed and then put it up. As with the weight and force of it, Naruto was lifted off from the ground, as he was now flying in the air as lightning struck his body, but it did not hurt him at all, albeit surprising him a little bit, as his whole, well, body was covered in armor, which looked quite expensive and classy, as well as quite well built, ready to tank any attack launched towards it. As Naruto then lifted his hammer up in the air while floating in the air, as lightning struck down, being absorbed into his body, he was solidified as the god of thunder. But that was not the only thing that happened. Once he landed down, some flames emitted from his body as well, as a huge gust of wind flew in all directions with his roar. As Naruto had become the champion of Kratos, the god of war, and the next Norse god of thunder, New Thor, son of Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, the new god of thunder, the wielder of the legendary weapon Mjolnir itself. And solidifying this meant, well, alerting the gods of the Shinto pantheon as Kami, Yami, and Shinigami appeared in front of him. Shinigami was quite surprised, not seeing Thor there, as was Kami herself and Yami. My boy, where did you find that hammer? Naruto explained to them everything. I still cannot believe this. Kratos of all people. He was alive. I thought he died after destroying his own pantheon, said Shinigami. We do not talk about that, remember, brother? I do, sister, but that feat is still amazing. Greeks were always, well, full of themselves, thinking whatever they wanted, they could do it. Kratos put them in their place, literally 6 feet underground. As for Norse, I guess he's there and causing havoc now, indicating that Thor is dead, meaning Odin as well as Heimdall will be dead as well. and many others following suit. I heard Ragnarok, well, happened. What? It did? Said Kami, turning towards Yami, who said these words. Yeah, it happened 1 millennia ago. Many things must have changed. And we have to get in contact with Kratos and help this young one learn his new powers, because he will take on the duty of both Norse as well as Shinto pantheon now. Why will he take the duties of Shinto pantheon? Because he has become the god of thunder. Thunder is now his domain, Yami. Well, I guess I got one thing less to worry about. As Naruto was confused. Wait, what is going on? Are you... Yes, we are going to allow you to meet Kratos. As Naruto was now completely scared. Meeting the god of war. The person who himself with bare hands destroyed and ripped apart gods for fun. He was going to meet that person. As we see the Shinto pantheon traveling in the speed of light and arriving in the center heart of the Nine Realms, where they met with Atreus. The Shinto pantheon. What are they doing here? What do you, the Shinto gods, want from us? We want to speak to your father, boy. Is Kratos here? What do you wish to speak with me? Speak, said Kratos in his deep voice. As Kratos then saw the weapon, as he then nodded, I know what you are here to say. I was the one who threw the weapon there, to find out the perfect wielder for itself, and I guess it did. The mark behind the weapon marks it, as Naruto for the first time saw the Uzumaki swirl there. It's the Uzumaki swirl, the symbol of my clan. As Atreus then said, good. As then the daughter of Thor as well as the remaining son appeared. You have the weapon of our father. Use it wisely and honor it, because if you don't, we will hunt you down and take it back. I will, I promise you. Good, said both of them. So why do you brought the boy here? We wish that you would train him, since he will be taking the mentality here in the Norse as well as in the Shinto pantheon. So it is like a union now. Yes, Shinigami said, and I heard you being here will cause chaos, as you have already, from the looks of it, have killed many gods here, Kratos. Baldur. He was the start of it all. Following him suit was Heimdall, as well as none other than Thor, but not by my hands, his own father, Odin. And then it was Ragnarok itself. You mean, yes, Ragnarok happened. I still cannot believe that Odin, that fool, had created that weapon and still could not control it. We all make mistakes. We all did. I rectified mine by erasing them. But boy, you should not follow my path. Revenge is a foolish man's game. Remember those words. I will, sir. I will train you for 6 months. That is how long I will, because that is the longest time I can give you. I have other things to do. Urgent. Alright, we will take you up on that offer, said Kami. Time skip. 6 months passed, as Naruto had trained a lot, as he was now seen hunting down a giant troll with his bare hands, as he snapped the neck. At the bare age of 8, as Naruto jumped down. Phew, all done. You know what? I remember one time when I lost myself in pure rage when father over here was stuck in a dreamlike state, and I butchered down many enemies with this Leviathan axe, and he still wouldn't allow me to use it, said Naruto. Well, I wouldn't, boy. You have already been given a weapon that is far beyond any humans or mortals at that point capability, and yet you were given this divine power. That weapon is mine to wield. I'm sorry, I was... I know. Wait, you just laughed, said Atreus. Stop it, boy. Oh, come on, I'm not that much younger now, Dad. But you are still a boy to me. You're 500 years too younger to even talk to me like that, boy. As for you, Naruto, your time here is up. Your world will need you sooner. As on Konohagakure no Sato, the parents have been informed through a letter sent to them from above in front of them that Naruto was in another realm and he will only appear when he's needed here the most, and it will be soon. And that it happened when the Konoha crush appeared and happened in the form of Orochimaru, Suna, a betrayal, as well as Kumo. These three, powers collided and combined together to trample upon Konoha, as Naruto appeared in the form of lightning, as behind his backs were two blades, given to him, passed down to him by Kratos. I will not use my weapon, my friend Mjolnir. Allow me to introduce you to the true weapons of war, the Blades of Chaos. And as per their name, chaos was everywhere. Wherever the blade went, every soul turned into ashes alongside their body. As the people in fear were retreating, as Orochimaru, the limbs that were cut off were not regenerative. He found out when his both arms were cut off. While trying to escape, Naruto did that attack. Face me like a man, Orochimaru. He tried to regenerate by shedding his skin, but his arm did not regrow. What kind of weapons are those? Orochimaru said in horror. Blades of Chaos, forged in hell. As Naruto said these words, everyone was shocked. Such a weapon could exist, and in flames of hell nonetheless. As before things could get dark, Naruto heard a yell. As he turned, backstep and dashed towards where the yell came from. It was his mother, about to be stabbed by Iwagakure's shinobi, as Naruto stabbed straight through his skull, in front of his comrades who were laughing. As he appeared, as he threw his chain into the air, the whole body lifted off and turned into ashes, as Naruto entered the Spartan rage. The next thing happened was pure massacre with bare hands. Naruto ripped apart humans in front of them, and even his own shinobis were scared. A child that they made fun of had returned from his 6 months of break, turning into a monster, as they dubbed him, the monster unleashed in a war. As Naruto, after calming down, looked towards his mother. Are you okay, mother? As all the blood and wounds on him disappeared altogether. I'm fine, son. I'm fine, she said with wide eyes. As Naruto then said, backing away, I know you are scared of me. It is a part of me. If you cannot accept, I will leave. As Naruto lifted up his hammer and flew off. Naruto, wait! But it was already too late. He was gone. The one who saved them terrified them the most. But Danzo also saw this as an opportunity. Naruto was on his own, and his weapon, he wanted them for his own. Blades forged in hell that no person can escape. And that weapon, that hammer, he has seen and heard about it many times, from pictures as well as from his, slaves that he called as Root, monitoring those Uzumaki Namikaze family. He was interested in it, but after finding it, he was now even more infatuated with it. I will have those weapons, Naruto Uzumaki, and you will hand them over to me. After that, 3 years passed, and nobody ever knew what happened to Naruto. His family was still devastated, wanted to search for him, as Kushina thought that it was because of her Naruto has left. And the village, it was just happy Naruto wasn't there, because Naruto's power chilled them to the core. Enemy or no enemy, what Naruto did was more inhumane than ever possible, ripping apart a human in half with bare fists and fingers. Even Might Guy was scared. He wouldn't go into 8 gates and fight that monster. As we go towards Akatsuki's base, as they were still talking about finding where Naruto was to recruit him, we have to find him or take his weapons. Leader-sama, said Zetsu, those weapons are way too much dangerous. for any human or mortal at that point to wield. You are right, only a god such as I has the ability and capability to wield it. And we shall find him, give him an option to join. If he doesn't, we will take his weapons after killing him. As for Naruto, we go and see he has built a home for himself in a huge mountain. Due to him being a divine being now, he does not need it to eat. He was growing fine, but someone next to him did need it, and that was his wife that he had taken. Since he lived with Kratos for 6 months, he has kind of grew up on him, as he has taken at the age of 14 his wife, none other than Fu, as well as Akatsuki. Akatsuki was outside as she was, busy farming. Due to her earth manipulation, she was able to form a land in which she could farm in, as she was still there, watering the crops that were growing there. As she came inside, I'm done. Good work, honey. Naruto, can you go and feed the Fenrir? Oh, yeah, I forgot about him, Naruto said, as he then grabbed a half cow that he has literally hunted down while it was just, eating grass and all that. As with a single hand, it tossed it towards a huge barn, as a huge head appeared out of it, taking a huge chunk of it and bite it out off, as a huge wolf was there. Hey Fenrir, who's a good boy? As Naruto saw in Fenrir's eye, who it was as Fenrir growled, as Naruto turned backwards in a fit of hurry and rage, as he threw his blade of chaos that appeared in thin air, which pierced straight through the moss person's body, not giving enough time to him to phase through this one, as the moss person fell to the ground with a single thud. Who are you? And what do you want from me? I am not a man of patience, and my patience are running thin. So, tell me, who are you? And what do you want from me? Naruto Uzumaki, said a blond man appearing from the ground as the rest of the Akatsuki appeared there. You have killed one of us, and today I will show you who the power of the real god, as the Mjolnir hammer appeared right before him, piercing through his body and coming in Naruto's hand, covered in the gore and blood of the said man with orange hair that was talking. Enough talking, as in front of them, what happened next shocked them to the core. Lightning struck down on all of them, as Zetsu, Kakazu, Hidan, Sasori, Deidara, Kisame, Itachi, as well as Konan were fried alongside the parts of Pain alive, until not even their ashes remained. Pathetic fools. As both of his wives came out, what did we told you? Not going all out. From the looks of it, they were Akatsuki, Fu. It was good what you did, Naruto. And it seems as they were here to recruit you. I wonder why, Naruto said, as all of them chuckled. As unknown to Naruto, he has just provoked a being closer to a god, with power of portal manipulation, which was none other than Kaguya herself. As she woken up, he murdered my son. As in a fit of rage, she finally broke through her prison, as she flew away to her homeland, where Ishiki, Momoshiki, and Kishiki were the only ones alive with their servants. As she killed their servants first and ate and increased her own power, and then hunted them down like maniacs, and then feeded upon their energy. While this was going on, we go towards Konoha, as a team was dispatched, since the waves of war were rising, since Onigi's granddaughter was kidnapped, as well as Taki was destroyed. They wanted to defeat and destroy Konoha once and for all, since they blamed them for what Naruto has done. And Konoha was blaming Naruto for it, so they wanted to, find him to try to convince him to stop this madness that he caused. So, Minato and his family were forced to go and do this, while Hiruzen has taken the charge again, much to dismay of Danzo. Danzo has sent many of his roots, but none of them came back. As after all of them were gone, we go towards Danzo's root base first. As one of the injured shinobi returned. My lord, all of them were dead. What? I sent it thousands. The last bunch. It is all over. I cannot get those weapons, Danzo said as he was hyperventilating. As Naruto appeared there. Due to his lightning ability. You know, Danzo, I gave you a choice. And a chance. A choice to avoid me, and a chance to, well, leave me alone. Again and again. But you did not even budge. What you have, silly boy, is a power to create and destroy. And that is a power I crave. This power has chosen me. And for one good reason. I do not want revenge on anyone, but I will not back down. As Naruto's eyes were filled with lightning as he pointed his hand towards Danzo as he lifted him up. With pure lightning, as Danzo's body was burning alive as well as his breathing was stopped, as he was being choked by literal lightning. I will not back down if anyone is provoking me. I am the god of lightning in Norse and Shinto pantheon, as well as the champion of chaos, the champion of war, the student of god of war, as his eyes turned complete crimson with flames like you, as his body was now emitting flames of chaos and rage, as Naruto literally punched the shit out of Danzo until his brain was scattered everywhere. And that is the scene at which Amanbus arrived. Naruto Uzumaki, you are not doing anything to me. This man has came after me again and again and again, but all of you fools have done nothing. Listen, my boy, said Jiraiya, who has arrived there, alongside with Hiruzen, who spoke these words. What do you want, old man? Be respectful, boy, as Naruto appeared in front of Jiraiya. If it wasn't for you, my family and I would have lived peacefully. But you and your sick prophecy. Because of that, I guess I should thank you, Naruto said after thinking a bit. Because of that, I got my powers. I got to become a god. As Jiraiya was shocked. It was him that caused all of this? No, you're lying. I wanted betterment of this world, not its destruction and chaos. I don't want that, Jiraiya, you silly bastard. I want to live my life normally. You humans, you mortals, are filled with greed. Do not forget that you at one point were mortal as well, Naruto. But I did. I did forgot. And I'm damn proud I did. Because I'm not an ounce like you. If being a mortal means that I am like you all, then I'd rather be not you or mortal at all, Naruto said with disgust and conviction. As he heard a voice, Naruto? It was Menma and Mito. Brother. Sister, it's been a long time, as Naruto hugged them. Please, you have to help us, Mito said. Please. I will. Where is Toshan and Kachan? They have left and we call them back, said Jiraiya, cutting them off. Who says you could cut them off, Jiraiya? This is my final warning. Stop pushing my buttons. Or before those 4 villages can, I will destroy Konoha with my own bare hands. As they were now quiet, deadly quiet. As, well, after the family reunion, Naruto told them that he was the one who had Kurotsuchi because she fell in love with him at first sight. And she did not want to betray the village, so Naruto kidnapped her. As for Fu, well, she was, being beaten by the village and literally lived in a dump, so she also kind of fell in love with him at first sight and his, huge golden locks, so Naruto brought her in and was now married to both of them. As Kushina was flabbergasted. So when are you going to make me a grandma? Soon, I guess. As a messenger arrived. Bad news, Okage-sama. What happened? Minato said. The armies have arrived. Let me take care of that. As the Kages of the other nations and their armies were there. As in front of them, on a huge mountain appeared a single figure as they stopped in their tracks. It was none other than Naruto himself. In one hand, it was a blade of chaos, on the other one was Mjolnir. Today, you will witness the true champion of war and the god of thunder if you do not turn your backs now, Naruto said. And to solidify his statement, lightning came everywhere around him, as behind him a huge lightning dragon with red eyes was formed, looking at them like a menacing beast. Such amount of lightning was for the first time they have ever seen in one place, much huger and larger and bulkier than the hidden jutsu of Uchiha Sasuke, as they were scared now. Most of them did retreated, but those who didn't faced the wrath with a single jutsu. It marked the history of the shinobi world and the first event of the god of war of the Shinto pantheon, Naruto Uzumaki no Mikaze, who literally decimated 200,000 soldiers with a single jutsu, as they labeled it. As after that, the Kages had no choice but to retreat. Naruto may be a god, but he wasn't a killer like his sensei or his weapon's previous owner. He was a man full of conviction and just, and he wanted to become a god that everyone could rely upon. And that he did become. And after that, Naruto helped them out. They were quite confused. He first killed them and now he was helping them out. And he told them it was because he wanted to protect his home, and he gave them a fair warning. And they kind of knew that he was right. As after that, a new change appeared and the shinobi system got better. As now there was no hatred. There were some competition and skirmishes here and there, but that was all there is. As for his siblings, they got married to the love of their lives, and so did Naruto. He was expecting children soon, as he still had the ability to go visit thanks to Freya, the 9 realms, as he showed his family what he was, well, going through, as well as he showed them his sensei, as they were quite surprised that Naruto sensei was literal god of war, who killed all the gods in one pantheon, and their gods were scared of him, because if Kratos was enraged, shit was about to go down, and they did not want that to happen, as Naruto's life was not fully set, being the new god of thunder. As I hope you liked today's story, and if you did, then please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, as this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. Anyways, this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing out.